For today's video, I am going to be talking about things that our family / myself do not subscribe to. And no, I am not talking about actual subscriptions like to Netflix or something like that. I am talking about cultural trends, culture in general, societal pressures, social pressures, like all those different things we are going to be touching on today. So let's get into the first one. Is we are not a completely crunchy family. I think at the very beginning of starting a family, getting pregnant, starting to have kids, all of that stuff, I tried really hard to be a super crunchy family, and it kind of backfired. Not that it isn't good to be crunchy, but where we were at financially and where we're at now financially, it's not really in our budget to completely cut out all toxins. As sad as that sounds, it is the truth. Our family mostly focuses on getting whole foods in our diet than anything else. We don't really focus on too much, if our products are completely non-toxic, completely clean. I will tell you, we have mostly whole foods in our house, but as far as crunchy goes, we do not have fragrance-free body washes, hair products. I'm not gonna lie to you, I use a Bath & Body Works spray, I use a drugstore deodorant. It's just not in our budget for us to be constantly spending $50 on these products, or even $25 on these products just for them to be, completely non-toxic and clean. Now, I'm not saying it will never be that way. Maybe in the future we'll be able to transition more into a clean, non-toxic lifestyle, but I do not claim to be completely non-toxic, completely crunchy. There are certain aspects I'm crunchy in, certain aspects I'm not crunchy in. I just don't want to put that label on myself. So yeah. The second thing that I do not subscribe to is a farmhouse mom vibe. Don't get me wrong, I love watching videos like that. I love watching people tend to their farm and, being barefoot in their dresses out in the field. It's beautiful, but it's not something that I subscribe to as a mom. Even though I am a stay-at-home mom, I don't make any money. I want to have lots of kids. I want to homeschool and all of this stuff. We just don't have the desire to live the lifestyle of having a farm and, all that stuff. I learned that there is the ideal, or what we perceive as like this perfect thing, but then there's a reality behind it. There's a reality of having to get up super early in the morning, go check on your chickens and collect the eggs, clean out the chicken coop, feed the chickens, all of that stuff. Like, there is an ideal to everything, and then there's the actual reality. And I have to be honest with myself and say that I don't think personally our family in total could live in the reality of that. The third thing that I do not subscribe to is I am not a no screen time mom. I thought I would be, but I think as time progressed, I just realized I'm not, and it's okay. Definitely that first year of having a baby, like your first baby, it's a lot easier to be no screen time. At least for my son, he really was not interested in screens or anything. Like, we would have a show on, we would have something on the TV, and he would just not care. He would not stare at it, he just wouldn't care. But then once he hit a year old, that's when he started caring a little bit more about screens. I will say we don't allow him to touch or use our phones. That's just an us thing. I worry more about him going on to social media at a young age and looking at things he shouldn't than for us to be able to sit down and hand pick like the shows and the things that were like, okay, you can watch this. This is a good show. So instead of focusing on You can't watch any television whatsoever. We try to pick shows that are biblically sound or are low stimulating. So things like Thomas the Train, Mr. Rogers, Wallace and Gromit. He likes Iggy and Mr. Kirk. Superbook is one of those shows. I like Superbook because it showcases biblical values. It teaches kids literal stories in the Bible, but it can be a little overstimulating for me, so that one may wait till he's a little bit older. But yeah, so we are not no screen time. We just really are careful with what he's watching, and all of that stuff. This next one isn't necessarily something that I don't subscribe to because I don't want to, but because I just haven't been very good at it, and that is creating a schedule for just being a stay-at-home mom. I see so many moms on Instagram and YouTube who are so good at literally being like, okay, Monday I clean this room, Tuesday I clean this room, Wednesday I don't clean, and we go to the zoo, and then Thursday, whatever it is. Like, I see moms having schedules like that, or schedules where it's like, okay, like Mondays are my grocery shopping days, Tuesdays the kids go to co-op or whatever it is. And as of right now, I do not have a cleaning routine, a cleaning schedule. I'm just like, all right, this looks dirty, so I'm going to clean it right now kind of a mentality. I do think it would be helpful if I had a cleaning schedule and kind of like rotated around the different rooms in our apartment. But as of right now, I don't have that. Now, this one may rattle some people, but I do not just like go out and spend money without my husband knowing. It doesn't matter how much it's going to cost or what it costs, unless it's like $5-6 trip to Wendy's and I'm getting myself a fry and a drink. Like, I will tell my husband, hey, I'm going to TJ Maxx. I'm looking for these things. If I find them, I'm going to purchase them. And I do this not because of an authority thing, but mostly because we're holding each other accountable to our bank account and to what we can afford. And so if we're in a season where Gentry's like, hey, like, we really cannot afford X, Y, and Z, just be mindful. Like, that's keeping each other accountable, and just letting each other know. We've done this since the very beginning of our marriage. I don't think, I have a real big personal issue with feeling like I'm hiding something from someone. And I want to be 1000% transparent and honest about where I'm going, what I'm spending, how much it may potentially cost. And this is the very last one, I swear, but this one just came to mind. Another thing that we do not subscribe to as a family is buying things completely new. It just depends on what it is. Clothes, we mostly thrift shop for. There have been a few times where I have had to buy new clothes, like this pregnancy. I've had to buy new like maternity jeans and maternity shirts and stuff like that. But most of the time, we thrift. This is thrifted. This was a gifted thing from my mom. Our couch behind us was given to us by a lovely lady from our church. What else? Like, there's so many things that are either gifted or thrifted, or just that. The things in the background, like those bookshelves, those aren't gifted or thrifted. We buy those. It just depends on what it is, and if we have like specific, specific requests about it, I guess. But yeah, so we don't often buy things new. Even for a baby girl right now, we have so many friends that are just been like, hey, we've got baby girl clothes, we got baby girl things. Like, literally all of my friends had baby girls before I had Gentry, so they're like stocked with baby girl stuff. So they're like, here you go, you can have this, you can, all that stuff. So we try and buy it used or borrow it from a friend or whatever it is. That's just how we live our life. It helps us so we're not going into debt. It helps us so we are not going crazy with our money, and we're being smart. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that this inspired you. Maybe there are a few things that you and your family don't subscribe to that a lot of culture does, or a lot of things you see on social media do. I think the last one is like the big one for us, because we are constantly bombarded with Amazon like things all the time, and it can be very annoying. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more videos. If you liked this one or any of my videos, please subscribe. It lets me know that you are enjoying what you see and you want to see more. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.